What's good, everybody? It's Max Zenos again. It's gonna sound crazy when I say this, but maybe it won't. But I kind of wanted to start filming because of this helicopter. This is helicopter that's been lingering. This is helicopter has been lingering above me ever since I got to this park. It's almost like they were looking for me, and then it's like, I'm not saying they're here for me. However, they are just standing there. But helicopters do have a pretty cool, like, spiritual meaning to them, which is why it's what I wanted to talk about. I figured it'd be a great place to start from, and I'm like, if I enunciate, I feel like the helicopter sound might be louder to me than it is to you, and I actually feel like you can hear me okay. But yeah, helicopter spiritual meaning, I really actually appreciate it because, you know, airplane, like a helicopter is less limited than a plane is. A plane can pretty much go straight. I mean, not to say it can't make a U-turn, but a helicopter can literally stop. Like, it literally stopped right there. It circled around, and it's literally just sitting there. It can go up, down, left, right. They can literally do a complete 180 and go the other way. And so a large part of the spiritual meaning behind helicopter, if you feel like you've been seeing helicopters a lot lately, or even just happen to be in like TV shows that you're watching, you're flipping channels and just there's a helicopter, you flip the channel, there's another helicopter, right? That is great confirmation for how well you are not just raising your vibration, but centering yourself. I feel like the world is really obsessed with the word grounded, and we forget about centeredness. A helicopter is more centered. A bird can essentially do the same thing. A bird can hover, right? Not everything can do that. And so it provides, being more centered than grounded actually provides way more flexibility in which way and how you can move. And so that, I don't know, that might be significant to somebody. So yeah, it's so interesting. Right at the bottom as I'm shuffling, we got this page of swords. So if you notice, she's holding a book in one hand, and she's holding these light bulbs in another hand, and she's balancing herself on this really slim looking pole thing, right? Page of swords. So it very much coincides with what I just said about helicopters and learning how to be more centered and more balanced. It's like the more balanced you are within yourself, the more centered you are in spirit. The more centered you are. And so it definitely represents learning. The light bulbs is what's holding her up. So it's like, I feel like it's giving me multiple things, like being guided by light, being held up by the light, but also there's a lot of learning that goes with that. It's like flying, right? You don't just jump in a plane and start pushing buttons. You actually learn first. So it's like learning how to fly. So page of swords. Swords is also air, right? I'm an air sign, and so learning, not just learning how to fly, but learning how to like really navigate being up in the air. Those are birds. There's also birds next to her, right? Like I said, birds are able to essentially do what a helicopter is able to do, even more so, right? Loop-de-loos and flips around. And centeredness is a type of groundedness, but it's actually better, to be quite honest with you. We have this obsession with being connected to the ground, or we don't feel like we're connected to anything. But when you learn, the more you learn spiritually about the reality we exist in, if you think about in the Matrix, when Morpheus said to Neo during that little fight scene that they were having, and Neo was like, and then it goes, do you think that's air you're breathing? Like, we're in a Matrix. None of this is real. And so learning to be self-centered, right, in a healthy way, in a healthy, high vibrational, spiritual way, is actually even way better. And then it's like page, right? So it's like learning. It could also be like relearning, right? Maybe you're getting your PhD in this, right? Because I'm definitely pretty good with my centeredness, and I've actually been thinking about that's been coming up a lot. What's been coming up for me lately is, I guess, during this retrograde period, similar to what I said in the last reading, was retrograde is good because it's about reviewing, revising, reinventing. It's like taking what you learn to the next level, allowing yourself to even stay a page. Like, no matter how much we learn, we should actually never stop learning, right? Like, as much of a teacher as I am, I will never stop being student. I love learning, and maintaining that childlike curiosity is so important. And I want to also, let me see, she's wearing blue and red, right? So yeah, this person is definitely preparing to share what they've learned. So in a way, that's also being a page again. Like, you can spend a lot of time learning, and in some way, it's like, yes, I've been consulting in a lot of ways, but I still don't necessarily consider myself an expert consultant quite yet. You know, it's like, yes, I'm a great consultant. But I could definitely stand to gain more experience, which is also why I've been putting myself out there. Let's see, what else did this shuffle? I mean, I don't know. This might be, there's that chariot, there's that balance, that white and black horse representing balancing the light and dark, right? And also piggybacking off of something I said in my last reading, how I think today is a new moon, and I believe 2 more days from now starts Sagittarius season. And Sagittarius is one of the attributes or characteristics of the sign of Sagittarius is being a teacher, being a spiritual teacher. A lot of religious leaders are Sagittarians, and or Sag may have like strong Sag placements, or Sag house placements, or Sag stelliums. And so I feel like these two coming out together just confirms what I just said. I may have learned a lot, but I'm still learning in the realm of being a actual teacher. It's like, okay, yes, that puts it a lot better. I'm pretty good at consulting, on one-on-one consulting. And so it's time Spirit wants me to step more into this role of being a teacher and actually taking my time and preparing lessons and workshops and writing books, all of that. So, and there's that star card right at the bottom of the deck, right? I'm an Aquarius, but you don't have to be an Aquarius to understand. Let your light shine. The star, you are a star. You are a star in your own right. You know, that doesn't necessarily mean you're famous. Maybe you are. Maybe you're fairly popular where you live. Maybe you're popular at your school. Maybe you're popular in your circle. One of the weirdest things about being a New York City DJ is how, in some ways, I actually have become very popular in this city, while in other ways, but everybody wouldn't actually know that, right? It's a reason why so many actual like movie stars and celebrities live in New York City, because it's a great place to sort of blend in. So sometimes I need that reminder for myself. Sometimes I forget that I'm actually way more popular than I realize I am, and which is also another characteristic of the sign of Aquarius, being the sign of friendship. And Aquarians, or people with Aquarius placements, or even tend to be very just naturally popular. They tend to draw a lot of attention. I think Obama has Aquarius placements, because I checked. A lot of history's world leaders and celebs and geniuses do have Aquarius placements and or Aquarius house placements, right? 11th house placements. Whew. yeah, so actually I think I'm gonna like let this reading be nice and short and sweet. And so it's like, yeah, like you've learned a lot. You've learned a lot, and this Sagittarius season is a great energy because Sag is fire, right? Sag is very much like a King of Wands type of energy. Is very action oriented. So maybe it's time to just take action, take more action around these truths. I feel like Aquarius is also about truth. It's another air sign, right? You have Page of Swords, which is air, and Chariot. Chariot isn't necessarily air, but it definitely can be associated with air in that they're just like running the way they're running. I see there's water behind there, the horses, and this person's up on top of the chariot, right? And so I'm pretty sure they're catching a lot of wind. So I feel like there's a lot of air happening. But yeah, sharpen your sword. Get more comfortable teaching. So whatever it is you've been learning and mastering, is now time to step confidently in the teacher role. Write that book, get the workshop together. Yeah, you get it. We got this, y'all. We got this. All right, y'all. Take care.